Okay, so I've had a lot of people ask, how do I write my own spells? What is the process? So I will tell you what my process is and how I write my own spells. Most of the time, I channel in whatever it is that I'm writing. It just happens that way for me. But what you want to do is think about what it is that you're trying to accomplish. What kind of spell are you writing? What do you want the outcome to be? What are your intentions? And if taking notes is an easy way for you to do this, then take notes. Take as many notes as you need and then narrow things down so that it suits you. And then you can just sit there and either connect and be very quiet and listen to anything that comes to you, so anything that you're channeling in, or you can write it in a way that it rhymes. Your spells do not have to rhyme. There's nothing written in stone that says this needs to rhyme, you know? You also want to correlate any colors, candles, herbs, oils, and things like this that you would like to incorporate in your spell. Remember, when you are creating your own spell, it is specific to either your needs or if you're writing it for somebody else, So you might want to incorporate something that is specific to that person, if it's you or if it's somebody else. You know, make your list. What items do I need? What tools are going to be useful? Do I use moon phases when I'm doing this spell? Does it matter if I use moon phases? You know, is there a certain day of the week that this would be best performed on? And you can do your research as you're creating spells to see what correlates with what. And if it doesn't matter, then you don't have to include that. And then, you know, you may write your spell 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 times before you have it perfected to what you want it to be, and that's okay. Again, it's specific to you and what your needs are and what do you want out of it, you know? That is what I love about writing my own spells, because it's personal. It's something to be proud of. It comes from the heart. It is a magical and beautiful experience to be able to create something of your own. And there are many times that I use a spell from a spell book. But what I'll do is I will change things up a little bit, or take something out and not use this, and then or use it on a different moon phase or whatever. And that's okay too. You know, witchcraft is so good in that you can create something and make it yours. What works for you may not work for somebody else. And again, that is okay too. You know, that is the beauty of it. You can make it whatever you want it to be. Remembering that certain herbs do correlate with certain intentions and things like that. Not all herbs have polarity. So you really need to do a lot of research in that itself. What are baneful herbs? What are healing herbs? What, you know, things like that. So, but that's my process. That's kind of how I've always done that. But I've done this for so long that I just channel in whatever's coming in and write it. You know, if it doesn't feel right when I perform the spell, then I'll tweak it. I'll, you know, change some things around and things like that. And I may have a spell that I wrote 10 years ago, but now it needs changed up a little bit for some reason. And you can do that too. If it works for a while, great. And then if it feels like the energy's not as good, change it. It's your spell, you know. So, but that's my process anyway. So I hope that helps. I love you guys. I hope you all have a good Friday.